Good morning, welcome to the channel. Joining me on this little semi-snowy morning here in Colorado Springs. Sitting here in the McDonald's parking lot because my work was delayed a couple hours because of the weather, blizzard warnings, and those types of things up north in the city. So that's where we're going to kind of drive today. But just finishing up a breakfast sandwich here in the parking lot. Was catching Kyle from Out of Spec in his review of the new Tesla Model Y as well while I was sitting here enjoying breakfast. But let's get out of that real quick, I guess. But I'm gonna head up to work. I'm gonna take you along for the ride as well. Gonna have a few little issues, looks like, when it comes to traffic. I know there was an accident on the interstate this morning because of the weather as well, so see how the car does today. I think it's a little windier up north, might be blowing snow. It's a little different than here down south where I live, compared to where I go to work. So we're gonna go for a ride and we'll have, talk about things, and I think I'll have another little conversation session on what's been going on with Tesla and the hate and the people that are out there causing problems and the vandalizing Teslas and targeting Tesla owners. But we're gonna go ahead and get started. Like I said, from this McDonald's parking lot, just had breakfast, quick little bagel sandwich. Thought about recording and eating at the same time, but I don't want you all to see that necessarily because that's not good entertainment. But we're gonna go ahead and get started here from our parking spot, pressing and holding FSD here to get started, and we will roll up to work here. About, looks like a 30-minute drive. That's actually getting better than what it was earlier. Wait for that car, and we should be good to go, and we are off. So there's McDonald's. We weren't at Burger King. That was what you saw there in front. But just had a nice little bagel, sausage, egg, and cheese bagel sandwich for breakfast, so that was good. And we are headed up to the other side of town as we exit the parking lot. But icier roads up north probably. A little bit more windier up there, I believe. I think that's supposed to last till like noon as well. So we're gonna try to get out of here, kind of cut through the neighborhood a little bit to get onto the interstate. But hopefully it'll be a good ride. Let's see how FSD handles here. So we're in my 2024 Tesla Model Y, all-wheel drive, long range. Not gonna make that little hole. So just watching Kyle's Out of Spec video, a little review of the new refresh Model Y. Kind of getting a little feel of what that car's like as well. I've seen a couple on the road already out here in our city. So deliveries are happening, deliveries have started, which is great. But I bought mine on a good deal. You can tell they were probably getting rid of inventory this past year in preparation for the new model. So I got this car back in May with all the tax credits and all those types of things, and 0.9% financing, which is almost a steal, so not a lot of interest to pay for this car. But here we go. We are gonna turn up here. So we'll cut through this neighborhood a little bit to get to the interstate, then head up and see what the conditions are like up north after just having some breakfast. So it's about 8:30 in the morning, and we will probably experience some traffic. There's a pothole. Went over it at least. Hey, probably not though, but I was gonna say, hey, maybe we're listening here. Pothole detection could become the best feature that full self-driving has if that were ever to come, because that went perfectly right over the top of that pothole and didn't drive right into it. It's always my complaint if you watch my videos about the car driving straight into a pothole. Because as a human, I'm going to obviously try to get around those so I don't ruin my tires and my suspension. But here we are, we're approaching the interstate. Off to the left up here is Motor City. So if you're ever in Colorado Springs, you want to visit the Tesla dealership, Tesla Service Center, you just turn here on what's called Motorway. Go up a little bit, turn right, boom, and you'll hit the Tesla Service Center here in the city. Go say hi to them. treat them nice. They've been probably dealing with a lot that's been going on in the country at this point, with what we're probably calling domestic terrorists at this point, who are targeting Tesla owners. But we don't have to stop at any of these lights, and we are getting on to the interstate. So let's see what the conditions are like further up north, because coming over the hill towards the McDonald's I was going to, you can see the difference from down south to up north in the weather. So once we kind of pan here, make our turn a little bit, you'll probably be able to see that as well. This guy's got snow coming off of his car. Be courteous and take the snow off of your car before you start driving. Chunks of snow that are hard and icy don't come off and hit somebody else's car. That's just courtesy. Just saying. Right, if you had a Tesla, you could just defrost it before he leaves. Jeez, dude. Let's get around this guy. Come on. Right, yeah, you could totally defrost it if you had a car like this, and you wouldn't have that issue. Blowing snow everywhere, buddy. But anyway, but yeah, you kind of sort of see up north there, it looks a little bit more ominous than it is down south here, especially where I work, my school district. Put in a 2-hour delay today, so we're headed up to that area a little later than normal because of that. A lot more snow up there, a lot more wind and blizzard-like conditions, I believe, last night and into this morning, so that's probably why we did that. Weather patterns in this city can be very different from where I live down south all the way to the north where I work. That's partly why I bought this car. Got this new job at this school up north for this school year. So, geez, there's that truck. Snow coming off of it. But in order to obviously save money, save gas, right? I've always wanted a Tesla as well, so that's kind of why I got it. It was a great deal. Right, yeah, I could have stuck around waited for the new model, but you can't turn down 0.9% financing on a car. And then they started offering like 0%, especially if you got full self-driving included in it. But hopefully a smooth ride this morning. As we make our way up here, we'll see what it's like up there, because we saw the map. We'll pull this up a little bit while we're driving. Further up here, it's a little bit more congested as well. So I'm sure the conditions are a little bit different up there without paying attention. Should have a little bit of, and up here, further up, there was a car that turned over as well on the interstate. I knew, I'm sure they got it out, or got it off the interstate already, but shut down 2 lanes northbound, where we're going. So it's kind of bothering that, seeing if we're going to have to go a different route to get to work this morning, but it doesn't look like it. So I'm sure they got that accident cleared. But people drive crazy in the conditions. Maybe they need some full self-driving to drive in these types of conditions. Let the car handle it a little bit better than a human can handle it, because the reaction of a human is a little bit different than AI and the computer and those types of things. welcome back. Sorry I had to take a phone call, so I sped that up a little bit. But you can tell here we're getting a little bit more conditions like I was talking about when it comes to this drive. And this morning with the weather that came in, to a point I'm going to slow my max speed down a little bit too, because we're getting too close, I feel like. So I think we're about to probably get, like I said, slower here. We're getting more so where you can tell that the snow was a lot more on the interstate. There's some plow trucks up ahead as well. So I'll probably pass those here in a little bit. I mean, interstate's clear, at least for us right here. Conditions aren't too bad, let's just say that. You've been on my drives with me and other videos, you know, hopefully you know where we're at. U.S. Air Force Academy up here on the left, northern end of Colorado Springs as well. So typically this part of the city typically gets hammered a little bit more when it comes to the snow and weather, just because they call the Palmer Divide. Up here, higher elevation, like more so probably about 1,000 feet difference from where I live. So about 6,000 feet at our house, is according to my, you know, the elevation on my watch, to about 7,000 feet up here where I work. Which, you know, that's a big difference, and that's why weather looks differently. You know, especially when I do these drives. I have auto wipers on. I'm trying to keep it clear. But good old snow, it just means I don't have to wash my car on Friday. So I got Tesla mobile service coming to my house on Friday to do a tire rotation. It's about that time again. So within a year of owning the car, I'll have rotated the tires twice. Replaced the windshield washer fluid once so far. And that's about it. So low maintenance, right? So if you're looking at a Tesla, you know, we're looking at a very low maintenance type of car. I love the auto wipers. Absolutely. Just trying to pass this guy. He's over a little bit more usual. There's a car off the road there. So we should be slowing down right here, because I think this is about where all this traffic is. The car's doing that on its own. Right? You can tell it's probably a little icy right here, but did a good job of slowing down right there. Good. Yeah, there's a little bit more up here. Right, you got cars off the road there. Telling us probably people going too fast for the conditions, right? You got people on the side here, car off there, people walking around their car up here, or their trucks. So we're kind of more at a crawl here. In case someone had a feeling about that guy with the trailer. Jeez. Did not make it. So yeah, here you go. So this is why I did this video. So I knew it would be a little bit more up here, a little different when it came to the conditions. So running about 35 miles an hour when it would be a normal 75 mile an hour speed limit. Got about 2 miles before we get off the interstate as well. We'll see what the side roads look like up here. See how FSD handles. I haven't disengaged yet since we started. Need those plow trucks that we passed a little bit ago to get up here and clear this out. Multiple cars on, on the side of the road, probably not a good sign. We got about less than a mile now before we need to get off, so I'm sure we're going to get over here after we pass this guy. Looks like, let's try to get over one more time as well. Spot, that's, so here's like your problem, right? I would have gotten over behind that car at that point, especially because I know here in about a quarter of a mile, so now it's going to try to get over, especially in conditions. More likely I would have, but still not thinking of it very good. So like, this is our exit here. Yeah, road's a little bit more snow covered up here. This is where our exit. This there. Come on. There's all that snow right there. Come on, get over it. There we go. It's like, so didn't really see that well. This is super icy, you can tell. So this needs to slow down big time. Oh, see, and we're slipping. So good catch. So you can tell what we're dealing with here. That was pretty, especially as I slowed it down. Basically, it braked. Yeah, this is a sheet of ice up here. Goodness. Just straight up see it. If you can see that on, like, thick ice. This needs to slow down big time. We'll see how it goes through this turn right here. I mean, there's cars. That did a really good job, because that, you can probably see that on video, but this ice there off that off ramp is probably like that thick, at least. Alright, I got my hand on the wheel just in case I need to do something here. This is icy. So this could be like, it's been a while since I've seen a road this icy. Right, we're literally, you probably can't tell, but we're driving down the middle of the lane right now. And it's obviously having an issue trying to gather. So I'm just kind of watching the road here a little bit. Yeah, so you can see it. There you go, right? The very stark difference between this city when it comes to weather. Right, we left down south from that McDonald's parking lot. You know, yeah, snow on the grass. Right, roads were basically down there at least bone dry, and then obviously got, you know, change coming up the interstate to up to this point right here. I think we gotta get over a little bit. There we go. Right. To a point now, yeah, like good amount of snow up here. Kind of letting it do its thing. Right, and it's obviously, like I've said, it's doing a really good job. And we're going the speed limit. Right, it's slowing down a little bit. But yeah, this is almost like from what I can tell just from inside the car, this looks like an ice skating rink. Especially with this car in front of us. So I'm just kind of letting you see here, right? I mean, we probably could. I mean, I'm actually quite surprised the car hasn't gotten over to try to go around this car, but unless it knows that these conditions are not ideal. Because like I said, this is a sheet of ice at this point. So this road too kind of winds a little bit. So. Sidewalks there. But I mean, right now, and we'll stop here. So this is probably about where I'll stop the video though too, so it gives you an idea. Because here in about not even less than a quarter of a mile, I'm going to make my turn into work. Especially as we come to the stoplight. But hey, thanks for coming along for the ride. It got a little more dicier there, very at the end of this drive. But it kind of, like I said, gives you the idea. So give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.